Nice. So welcome to the HVAC Game Skool Community weekly live call. The drive to work Wednesday on Wednesday morning, which is awesome. And first question is, do we have any community questions?
Just like on the new equipment, have you heard anything on the new equipment? And is there anything like that we should know? That's all.
You mean like the A2L equipment? The
Yes.
new equipment that's coming out this year? Oh, that's
Yes.
already out? Well, I personally don't work on installs that much, but I definitely heard that it's there, it's here, and it's here to stay. So people are installing it. The main thing I know is that you need A2L compliant equipment that's specifically like vacuum pumps and recovery machines because it is slightly flammable. The motor housing needs to be encased fully to prevent sparks from potentially causing the refrigerant to ignite. So there's A2L compliant tools, equipment, and also you have the threads on the A2L cylinder are reversed. What I see people do is they have these adapters. You can attach them to your gauge set on one end, or you can just leave it on the tank. It's probably best to just leave it on the tank, and then you can hook it up like normal to all the other stuff. So that's what I know, but I haven't worked on one. I did one install that was an A2L equipment, but it's just the same install, like you would be installing 410A equipment. The pressures are even similar. The only thing that I noticed was different was one additional sensor in the evaporator compartment that senses when the refrigerant level in the evaporator, let's say you have a leak on there, so the refrigerant levels would exceed a certain amount, the sensor would shut off the compressor, would shut off the heating and the cooling, and would kick the fan into high speed to dilute the amount of concentration in the air to like the in the air. So to prevent it from, you know, causing some kind of damage through flammability. Make sense? So yeah, for your
Yes,
thoughts.
I forgot I was in mute. Yes, it makes sense.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
bye. Sorry.
Okay, cool. And I saw we have another person here. Was there a question or or not? Is that it? Because then I'll move on.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if he wants to speak.
No. Okay. Well, you can put your question in the comment in the chat as well if you have a question. So then I'll just go over the things that I wanted to take up today. First of all, we have the AHR Expo coming up in Orlando on Monday. So I'm actually really excited about it because it's my first time at like that big of a summit. And there's all the big influencers that I know from air conditioning on social media. They will be there, and I'm already setting up some meetings and stuff, meet and greet, and connecting with people. There's going to be like a podcast booth. There will be new inventions. HVAC Slayer, who helped or invented, I think he invented the jumper king. He will be there, and he has a new invention that he's going to be revealing. There will be HVAC Know It All, HVAC Jazz. There will be so many people, so I'm super excited. I also printed a T-shirt with my logo on the front. So I just like I just put it in print really fast because I only had a week to get it done. But somebody in the community already mentioned they were interested in seeing merchandise. So if that's something that people are interested in, I would definitely start designing something. But I'm not personally that big on merchandise, so it would be a community request, and then I would try to design something that actually is useful and good, and not just like have a random T-shirt and slap your logo and call it a day because that's not something that I would be wearing. But yeah, so it will be cool. I will be reporting, probably posting stories, and also taking pictures that I will be only posting in the community. So watch out for that. It will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. That's one of the things I wanted to take up. And yeah, it will be super exciting. Um, then, okay, the next thing I wanted to just remind everyone is on the 22nd of February, It's the last Saturday of the month, as far as I noticed, I think. Is it? Well, anyways, on the 22nd of February, it's a Saturday, we are going to have a repeat of the live webinar on the electrical troubleshooting. People requested to have it live, I guess, to ask also questions in the end of the webinar. So we will be doing it again. It will be at 11 a.m. Last time it took around 45 minutes to get through everything. So there is a link in the community. You can also look in the calendars tab on top. On top of the community, you have like the community of the classroom and then the calendar. So you can look in there. I also put it in there. You can just follow the link, sign up, because then I can send you the email. I can send you the invite link and send you the reminder to join. Then in March, I actually finalized our meetup. So we are going to have an in-person meetup, and I'm also excited about that. I love meeting people. I have 4 people that said they will be there already. The location is in, well, the place is called Shirts, SCHERTZ, I think. So it's like kind of a weird spelling, but Shirts, Texas is right off I-35. So it's a little bit north of San Antonio. And we will be meeting on Saturday, March 8th. It will be from 2 to 5 p.m. around. And it's just basically like a meet and greet, like getting to know each other, finding out who we are, what we want to learn more about, and organizing future meetups, because I've heard that people wanted to learn about specific troubleshooting or maybe brazing or like specific things. So we could maybe organize workshops in the future. But that's just the first, like let's see how it goes. And the location is Willie's. It's like it's a bar and they have burgers, they have seafood. There is also across the parking lot, there is a Italian pizza place. So we have all kinds of opportunities there. And I'm super excited. And as I said, well, it's mainly for the community because we have a lot of technicians from San Antonio and Austin. But I will actually also invite people from the company that I work for. They're all seasoned technicians, and several of them already said that they will be there. So it will be a good opportunity for newer techs to meet more experienced techs and maybe get some feedback, get some ideas on which way to take their career, like ask questions between residential, commercial, refrigeration, chillers, like what is the route to take. So anyways, I want to let you know. And also the event is in the calendars tab. So you just scroll to March and you will see it there. I have the exact address, the date and time, everything is in there. So I would love to see as much as possible of you. And if you want to come from other places, you'll feel free to do that. But I didn't want to make it an obligation for anyone to be there.
That sounds good. That sounds good. It's a good way to do it. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it too. I'm so excited. I love meeting people and I love connecting people with each other that then they can benefit from it. And really, air conditioning is a lot about connections. Like there's so many times where I mean, now less, but when I call, like I'm at a service call and there's just something that I can't figure out, but I know one technician, he's like, that's his specialty. That's why I also like the community aspect of what I'm doing, the HVAC Game Skool Community, because even if everybody is working in air conditioning, everyone has a different experience. So they have a different specialty. Like over the years, I kind of realized that my specialty is probably electrical troubleshooting, because I have people calling me about electrical troubleshooting and they're like, hey, how do you do this? How do you measure this? But if it's on refrigeration, I mean, I can take care of stuff, but I know a guy and he's just like the god of refrigeration. So I call him, I tell him, and he's like, oh, it's that. And I'm like, how do you even know? Like, I didn't even finish talking. He's like, oh, no, it's that. So that's why I think it's so awesome, because you can literally just jumpstart and just pull your like future towards you, because you're getting the experience level from techs that already have been there, they've seen it. So, and
Very
then the
good.
last, yeah, no. And you'll be there too. So that will be great.
Yes, 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 yes. Definitely be there.
So the last thing that I wanted to take up as part of today's call is specifically for new technicians. to realize that everything is a skill set, and to not like trash talk yourself if you don't learn something fast enough, or diminish what you know based on something that happened one day. The reason I'm saying this is because I've spent the last few weeks onboarding several like quote unquote new technicians to our company, and um, they're seasoned technicians like 10, 20, 25 years, but I have to onboard them not based on their technical ability to troubleshoot air conditioning equipment, but the ability to use the company app. So that's technology, it's a phone. And for many younger people, that is like, why do you even have to show them like you just use it? Like it's a phone. Like you just have an app, you click buttons. Like how can it be difficult? But it just like humbled me to realize that it like things that we take for granted are actually skills and you can learn them. So if you're starting out in the trade, you might not know what is a compressor. Like yeah, it's not that you're stupid, it's just you don't have the experience, you don't have the exposure to the field. There's a lot of terminology, there's a lot of specialized procedure, specialized equipment, things that you just have to learn, and you just have to be in the field for a certain amount of time to absorb all the knowledge, because you cannot just absorb everything in one day and think that you are the pro at everything, because sometimes it takes that one time where you mess something up to actually realize, okay, hey, this is how this theoretical knowledge applies to the equipment, this is how it affects my troubleshooting, this is how it affects my repair. And I just realized that because I was onboarding these people and I'm like, they have more experience in air conditioning than me. Like, why am I onboarding them? Obviously, I'm the lead tech for the Austin market, but like, why would I be onboarding them? So I asked them, they're like, no, you just have to show them the app. And I was like, okay, just show them the app. It takes like an hour and then you're done. But it took more than that for sure. It took several calls, going through everything, going through all the options, saying, okay, this is the workflow. And some people, they don't know that if you take a picture, you can click on the text in the picture and copy and paste it into something else. That's like such a simple feature. And I'm not saying like that I'm the best like phone user and I know all the tricks, but that's just one trick that I use and it helps me a lot. It saves me a lot of time. Instead of having to type in model and serial numbers manually, you just take a picture and you paste it. So I just wanted to throw it out there to encourage you to just keep learning, keep being curious, and be like, don't take anything that you already know as something, oh, I should know that. Don't take it as like, okay, you're less because you're not ahead yet. Like, you have your journey, you have your experience level, you have your skill level. So just take that and build on it. And as long as you compare yourself to you and your own progress, and the next day you're learning something new, you are moving ahead. You're going in the right direction. So you can obviously speed that up, learn two things every day, but don't compare yourself to somebody that's here when you're starting out and you have that skill set. Like, you're there, you're ahead of somebody else. Like, it's always how you compare. But that's just a moment I wanted to take. Um, don't diminish yourself. Stay like, know what you know, and just keep learning and keep growing as a technician, and you're on the right path. So don't trash talk yourself if you don't learn something in like 1 second, and just keep going. So that was my message for today, because I just experienced that where I had super experienced techs that I still had to teach stuff on how to use the phone. And I'm like, why? Like, you just use the phone. Anyway, so now I'm just gonna ask again if there's any question. I saw put something in the chat. I didn't have time to read it, but if you want to read it, Victoria, then we
Okay, it
can go
says
from
we
there.
need a live about superheat and subcooling.
Oh, okay. Let's do it. I love it. Let's plan that for next week. Well, next week I'm in Orlando, but let's figure out how to do it next week. I'll prepare something and I'll talk about subcooling and superheat. What do you want to know? Like how to measure it, or what does it mean? Like what does it signify in the system? How to adjust it? There's a lot of different ways we could take it, but this, I guess, basic definitions, what it tells you in the system, and maybe how to measure it, just how to properly charge. Okay. Okay. Well, let's do it.